it's so nice to meet you.
Me too.
So Angelica, I just want to confirm that you're okay with me recording this. I never received anything back from you in writing. So are you still okay with
Yeah.
recording this? Yeah? Okay, wonderful. So
Yeah.
I'll make sure that you get a copy of this as well.
Yeah,
And
cool.
it'll be coming from Dropbox. Okay, so be aware of that so that you don't miss that opportunity. Okay, wonderful. And were you able to watch the session prep video?
Yeah, I watched
So
it.
you know about the 10-minute rule, you know how I speak and receive information. So do you want to know everything or do you want me to edit information out that I intuitively get?
I'm happy to hear everything.
You're like, give it to me. Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful. Okay,
You
wonderful.
need to filter.
So let me get into your energy field. So we're going to do this through connecting to your heart. So do me a favor and please put both hands on your heart. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths together, okay? Okay, and after that last breath, go ahead and say your first name only out loud 3 times, please.
Angelica, Angelica, Angelica.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you, Angelica. Okay, how can I help you?
I guess I've got a few big kind of life decisions at the moment, and I just at a bit of a crossroads, and I just kind of want a little bit of guidance. That's kind of basically the crux of it.
So, did you have anything specific you want me to look into, or just go on this, crossroads thing?
Yeah, it's work related, it's family related, it's relationship related. So it's kind of a bit of everything. So yeah.
Okay.
Happy to see where that takes us.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so the first thing that the information that I'm getting is I feel like there's a sense of fear that you're experiencing. Now, the fear could be coming from the fact that you don't have direction, but I also feel like I feel okay. It's hard for me to put into human words the energy that I'm picking up from you. So that you probably understand that when I say that, because it's like there's a lot going on, but there's not a lot going on at the same time. It's almost like you're saying there's a crossroad, but it almost, what I feel like is, the decisions that you should make, but the fear is, what if I actually take them? You understand it? So it's not, should I do this or should I do that? It's, I know what I need to do, but I'm afraid to do it. You understand this?
Yes.
It's a little nuance there. It's a little finesse there. So, let me look into what would happen if you did what you feel you need to. I feel like you know the answers. The thing is that if you take, it's almost like this is your situation. You make one decision, it's like dominoes. Everything will be affected. So that is very different than, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do this? Should I do that? It's like, no, if I do this, all of this happens. So that's what that feels like. And that's where the fear is coming from. Okay. Well, I've got good news. Do you want good news?
Yes.
Because I can give you good news. I mean, it's up to you. Here's the thing that I feel is that the thing that you're fearing the most is actually going to be your biggest blessing.
Yeah.
And there's a sense of it, and this is a younger part of you. When I say this, it's like a part of you that is, I don't want to say afraid of the independence, because it's not like you're dependent on anybody, but it's that part of you that knows it has to grow up. if it takes this decision. But I got to tell you that I feel like that's not the reality. Like your inner, let's call it your inner wounded child is afraid to take this step. But I got to tell you, if you take this step, you're moving in the right direction. So it feels to me like when you take this step, yes, some of those dominoes are going to fall, but the dominoes fall in the direction, the proper direction for you to get that outcome. So I do feel like if you were to take this choice, and I want to know what that is in just a second, because I want to get more laser focused with it. But I got to tell you that if you go ahead and you make that decision and you go in this direction, your family life is going to be okay. And to me, it feels like your family life also includes your relationships. What's going to happen though is the fear comes from a lot of the emotions that go on. You're a very emotional person. You understand this?
Yes.
Yes. So it's because you have so many emotions and you operate from your heart, which is so beautiful. And it's really refreshing because I get so many people that operate from their head. And so it's like, you're all heart. You live here. You're like you wear your heart on your sleeve. You're just like, take me, right? Like,
yeah.
You know? So by you bringing in your head, for you, it's actually a good thing. However, you're talking yourself out of really wonderful opportunities. But it's scary because you're so emotional, and it's scary to be that emotional. So, it's almost like part of the fear, whether you're aware of this or not, this is what I'm picking up from your energy. Part of that fear is that, oh my God, this could be so emotional. I don't know if I can handle it. The thing is you can handle it because you're so emotional. So that's the good news, the bad news. But that's just that's like little Angelica. It's not big Angelica. So what is the specific thing that you are?
I'm a pharmacist, and so I live in like in a regional part of Australia, and my family is based like 8 hours away from me. And I've been here for almost 4 years, and I've been offered an opportunity to buy into the pharmacies here, which is amazing. But yeah, like it's a bit of a daunting decision. When that all went down, there was like a few kind of things that weren't done the way that I would have liked for them to have been done. And I kind of reached out to a bit of a network of like, other pharmacists and other colleagues that I have. And as kind of basically as soon as I kind of did that, more opportunities came up, and there's like and because my family hates that I live so far away from them, but I'm kind of happy with that as long as I feel like I'm doing the right thing.
Right.
And I just and that's it. Like so it's like do I leave because of like, do I leave because
of opportunity?
Like, is this the right opportunity, or like should I be looking elsewhere just to make sure that that I just don't put all my eggs in one basket? There's also there's a very fresh relationship, but he's also down 8 hours away. But I guess it's also very new, and I've never necessarily been one that I would never force someone to move away. But it's been a really long time since I've even been being close to being wanting to wanted to be in a relationship. So it's just like everything all at once, which is always the way that it happens. But so
I just want to get clarity on one thing. One of these opportunities is closer to your family, right?
Yeah.
So And that's the
2.5 hours away rather than
8, right? Because I'm like, there's still because I'm feeling into you, and I'm like, no, there's still a comfortable separation. Like she won't be in their neighborhood. Like that's what it kind of came out.
Yeah.
And that's the opportunity one, right? That's this newer opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay, look, look. I can't make this decision for you. I know you're like, Terrie, should I or shouldn't I take it? I can't tell you to take it or not to take it, but what I can do is the information that I'm getting intuitively, energetically when I connect with you is in terms of compatibility. But not just compatibility with the position, I'm looking at your entire life, right?
Yeah.
To me, it feels like it's a good decision for you to do that one that's closer to family.
Yeah.
Especially since you're not that close to family. Okay. So, however, it does feel like that out of all the opportunities is the most unknown. You understand this?
Yeah. I don't actually know what that looks like. Yeah.
Right.
Whereas I know what this like here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I know what that would look like.
So here's the thing. What you need is clarity. So you've got to get clarity. So you have to ask. I don't know how comfortable you're feeling asking about the information, but this is you stepping up into your power saying, I need to know this information. The reason why you need to know this information is because you deserve good opportunity. This particular one is really hitting your soul. You understand it?
Yeah.
And it's super hitting your soul because this one's a lesson.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. So this one is a lesson. This is really a lesson in surrender and to trust yourself. Here's the thing is you don't have enough information. So I also want to say to you that it's okay that you're having a difficult time. You don't need to just go, yes, this feels right. Not everything has to be on that whim. So for you, I feel like you need to, and there's something in you that's afraid to learn more about the opportunity. You need clarity. Okay. And the reason why you're afraid is because this one is the hardest, like this one is the one that's sort of, let's just say, the most emotional attachment to it, even if you don't know why. There's something in you that is sensing this is bigger than anything else. What I can tell you is that first thing is get your clarity. Okay. You need that. You deserve to have a very clear understanding of what you'd be getting yourself into. Okay. Yeah. The second thing is I feel, and again, you have to be the one to make this decision. Okay. But I feel if you were to take this decision, there's that higher self, like your higher self knows that the family life will be okay and the relationship life will be okay and the money will be okay. And in a way, it's too good to be true. You understand this?
Yeah.
Because God forbid you actually get what you want. Holy fuck.
That's right. Yeah. And like it's difficult leaving here because at least I get emotional because like there's people here who are like my family and oh gosh, and I don't want to let them down, but yeah, I don't know. There's still a lot of information that I am missing, which makes it harder, but I don't know.
So you know what we need to do is we need to look at it in this way, Angelica. Like no matter what you choose, whether you choose to stay or whether you choose this new opportunity, you have to trust and know that everything's going to work out just fine. Like you're going to be okay. But even that in itself is scary to you. That you actually get everything that you want, or I mean, you've been working so hard your entire life to get what you want, and now you'll have two opportunities that both end results will give you what you want. So that to me is really the underlying issue of what's happening here. Is you're not it's a feeling of worthiness and deservability. And so that's that's like the bottom line, because here's the thing, Angelica, and the universe has a really funny sense of humor.
Yeah.
They could easily bring you another opportunity that would yield the same motherfucking results. Happiness, getting everything you want, and you would still be in the same position.
Yeah, that predicament. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So, like, the universe can throw everything at you, and you'll still be like, eh. So there is something deeper going on here, which is your deservability. Okay. So that's something that you're discovering, and it's, you know, coming to light. When you ask me the question, like, should I do this? Should I do that? I got to tell you that if you do take that other position, things will also fall into place. You are very lovable. And so there would be a social life waiting for you at the new place as well. Okay, so you would still be meeting other people. There is information that I'm getting. If you did choose to leave, you wouldn't be letting down your people here. As a matter of fact, what you would be doing is you would be creating a network. Actually, that's what's coming up, where you guys could actually work or collaborate in the future together.
Okay.
It's just the unknown right now. That's the information I get. That's a timeline that I see into, that you wouldn't be letting them down, that you actually in the future would be collaborating and working together. That's what it feels like. So there is something about that, those specific details. Look, I'm a human being. I can't get into those, you know, those little nooks and crannies, but that's what it feels like. You wouldn't be letting them down. When I hear you say that, when I feel into it, it feels to me like there's a part of you that feels you're letting yourself down. And so that is something, again, to sort of look into, and just to sort of be like, okay, this is what's coming up. Now, just so you know, it's totally normal. Like, nothing's wrong with you. You're not broken. These are very emotional things. But I got to tell you, if you chose to leave, or if you chose to stay, happiness, like, you got the happiness.
Yeah.
Definitely, the happiness is there. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, do you have any other questions, or do you want me to still pull for you and we can look and see what else there is?
Yeah, like no, that's, I guess it's just that probably answers the bulk of those sorts of questions. I guess it's like, what does that one mean?
Oh, this is like it's like a victory card.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I guess what it would look like if I was to stay, if I would be fulfilled here. And my other worry here is whether or not, like, you know, my it's my like partner here who I would be concerned about whether or not that relationship would potentially deteriorate, like if I actually stayed. That's a concern of mine, and I don't want that to happen. So that's, like, whether or not that working relationship would be good, I guess, is probably the only other question.
Okay, so let me just get clear on this.
Right.
You're asking about the romantic relationship that you're in right now?
No, sorry, the working relationship with someone here, like the like business partner, sorry.
Okay.
Not, yes, yeah.
So what your relationship with your current business partner would look like if you stayed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like you guys are very well matched. I feel like there's a certain level that each of you get about each other. Like, you have a lot of the same thought processes. Do you understand this?
Yeah.
So it feels to me like the vision of the business, if you were to stay, you guys would be on the same wavelength with that. Like, you understand how it would run.
Okay.
That's what it feels like to me. It's like you guys might be using different words to say the same thing. That's where maybe some of the challenge would come, which is just more in semantics, but not in like the big picture of what the project or not project, but like what the vision is. You may want to have somebody, I don't want to say interpret, but if you end up like, if you find that you guys are, it's interesting because I really feel like you guys are actually on the same wavelength. I feel like you have the same vision, but you're both just saying it differently. And that's where maybe some, I don't say squabbling, but it's just, you may not be hearing each other correctly because you're just saying the same thing differently.
Okay. Yeah, I can probably see that.
So really, I mean,
but that's okay. Like that's not like, that's probably not my concern. Like that's acceptable.
So I'm like, well, all that means is that you need maybe like a translator, or not a translator, but somebody, you know, like, or what it means. Or what it just means is you two communicate differently. Like maybe you're being so sensitive, you're just more experiential, and she might be, it's a she? It's a he.
Yes. There is a she, but she is like, she's not a pharmacist. She just kind of, she is probably that translator.
Okay, because I just, let me ask you about the he. What's his first name?
Tom.
Does he have a tendency to be more feminine in energy? Just like...
No, the feminine energy would be the past business partner. Like he's the person who I'm buying into, like taking over.
So then who is this Tom character? Tom is the...
He's so at the moment there's two men who own the pharmacies. So Tom is currently here, and then the more feminine character has left the area, so I'm taking over.
Tom is remaining, and then you're coming in. Okay, wait a second. This changes a little bit, because to me, I was feeling into that feminine energy that you would have more maybe troubles talking with, because you're feminine in your core. You're feminine in your energy, and he's more masculine.
Yeah.
And I was tapping into there being like the challenges, those communication challenges with the female energy. So I was tapping into the previous guy that you're leaving.
Leaving. And that actually does make probably more sense.
And that's where some of the squabbles, or that's where some of the challenges have been. You understand this? No, I feel like you're going to be fine with Tom. I'm happy to hear that feminine energy, because you're the feminine energy.
Okay.
You're more feminine in how you operate. Feminine energy is more about flow. It's more about creativity. It's more about being. It's more emotional. Right? Masculine is structure. It's protection. It's providing. And he's more like that. So what's going to be, what I love about this, I actually really like this situation. If you were to stay, which I know is not helping you any, but I'm looking into each, for you. If you were to stay, if we look at the business as your child, and Tom as dad, and you as mom, the feminine and masculine energies, because there are women who are masculine, but I feel like you're feminine. You're not as masculine. From an energetic perspective, with Tom there, it would be fine.
Okay.
And you do each communicate differently, which you need to, because you're feminine energy and he's masculine energy. So those energies, when they come together, there's creation that happens. Okay. So basically, here, look at this, right? Don't laugh, it's a water bottle. But basically, you're the water, right? You're like, I've got flow. Oh, I think the business can go this way. Oh, let's try this, let's try that. And then Tom, being the container, being the pink outside, he's going, well, how much is this going to cost? What do we have to put into play? but that gives you space in between to do whatever it is that you want to do. So your vision can be seen, and his will be like more structural.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Yeah.
So I feel like it would be.
I need that too.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
I need that. I need that too.
You need like somebody contain you, like yeah. That's because you're feminine energy. Nothing wrong with that. It's beautiful. This is energy. This is nothing to do with like, like, I don't know, like being damsel in distress or anything. Because I'm not saying you're helpless. You're not helpless at all. Because a lot of people think, oh, feminine energy, I'm just going to lay here and be a doormat. No, fuck no. You're not going to be a doormat. No. But it's just the energy. It's the flow of how the business would go. So I'm happy that there wouldn't be another feminine energy. I mean, that other lady that you're talking about, who you were saying might be like the translator, she's not as prevalent showing up for me energetically as you and his energy.
Okay, that's actually a good thing. But a good thing for her, because that means that like she'll get like she's currently very heavily invested, but like I mean personally, not financially, but it's probably not the best thing for her. So I think the best thing for her would be like it means that opens up further opportunities for her. That makes sense. So yeah.
So all in all, like if you were to stay where you with this, you as a boss, right? And Tom as a boss, you guys are running the company, it would be a good match energetically, because you have two different energies that work together. If you were so if you were masculine and he were masculine, there would be a lot of headbutting. It would be a power play. If you were feminine, which you are, and he were feminine, there could be cattiness too. There could be boredom. It could be flatline, but you have two different energies that actually work together, but they're separate enough. They're different enough. So this is where it works. This other one should be interesting. What's her first name?
The female or the like who? Which one's that? Sorry,
the female who's sticking around.
Here at the moment. Alira.
Yeah, Alira feels to me like she has a bit of an ego. Kind person, nice girl, but a bit of an ego. So she might feel a little like she's being put out of place a little bit, but that's okay. It's okay that she's not one of the bosses.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, what happens is you can have everything that you want if you stay. Like you get the happiness. So it's like, it's just more in this situation, the characters of the storyline of your firm, whereas the other place you don't. So, but both yield the same result, which is you being happy, So that's again, look, here's what I can say. If you're looking for change in your life in any way, the best thing would be is to take a risk.
Yeah.
If you're not looking for change and you're like, everything's fine the way it is, then you can just stay. But if you're feeling like something is stuck in your life, or you're like, I just feel like I'm stuck, I'm not moving anywhere, then you have to bring in a different element into your life in order for something else to change, which would be you going to that other place, right?
Yeah.
And
is there anything like either option in terms of like relationships, romantically?
So I feel if you were to go to take the risk and go away, it wouldn't happen right away, but I do feel like you would meet somebody. I do feel like you would meet somebody. Again, it's because it's the element of new and different. And so your energy shifts and changes. And because you shift and change, other things around you are different and you can bring in different. So to me, that's what that feels like. Now, that's not to say you would never find a relationship, you know, where you are now. But to me, that's the information I receive, is you to have a more long-term relationship with longevity out there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
That's
I know. You know, Angelica, and we'll have to end with this. What it really comes down to is how you feel about deserving, you know, and getting everything that you have worked so hard for. Because you're there, you know, no matter what you choose, it's gonna work out really well for you, you know. So it's like, oh shit, either one is going to work out for me. So then it just comes to like, do I need something different in my life, or am I just going to stay the same?
Keep
so
doing it.
Yeah. So
okay, awesome. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. So what I'll do is I'm going to email you a link. Okay, it'll probably come from Dropbox, and you'll be able to watch this again. I suggest listening to it in like 2 weeks or maybe even 3 weeks from today. Like, just sort of process this information, and lots of stuff can happen between now and then. Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll hear this differently with different answers next time. Okay.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. I hope you have a great, I guess by you it's evening, so I hope you have a good rest of your
morning. Like, it's like 6:30 in the morning.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, have a wonderful day.
I will.
All right. Be well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.